Marketers of the world, why do we work hard to solve small problems? It's time to bring home bigger paychecks. It's time to create the lifestyle we deserve and to make a greater impact. This is the Fractional CMO Show, and I'm Casey Stanton. Join me as we explore this growing industry and learn to solve bigger problems. The Fractional CMO Show is sponsored by CMOX, the #1 company to teach you how to attract, convert, and serve clients as an in-demand fractional CMO. Hey, it's Casey here, and I want to talk about the golden ratio for fractional CMOs. And really, this is kind of the golden ratio for businesses in general, but it's something that once you know, you'll strive for. And once you achieve it, it will feel incredible. The golden ratio here refers to this notion that referrals are coming in more frequent than customers churn. As a fractional CMO, I believe that you should have engagements that last 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, multi-year long, right? You want to have long-term relationships because that's what a CMO has. They're with an organization for years, right? Though it is the shortest-lived C-suite title, the CMO does typically stick around for, let's just call it 2 years, okay? So a fractional CMO should be able to achieve the same, and I think even longer. You should be able to win a client and hold them for a long time. And again, what's beautiful here is when you have referrals that come in, and referrals are word of mouth. You should not build your business on referrals. You can't build your business on referrals. Why? Because you're not in control of things. If you only wait for referrals to come in, you're never going to get to a place where you're in control of your pipeline, where you can have that replacement therapy, where you swap out clients you don't like with clients that you do like. If you don't have a full pipeline, you're not going to be able to kind of predict your income for months at a time. Like I know right now, with the clients that I serve, like exactly what I'm going to make for the next 90 days minimum, right? Unless like something wild happens, but I've got a full pipeline. So I would just, pull another client in. You want to get to that position where your pipeline's full. But what's better than a full pipeline is referrals on top of it. It's kind of like the sprinkles. It's the magic. It's the best type of sales because a referral comes from a word of mouth with someone that trusts you. And when you talk to a prospect that was referred to you, odds are they're pre-qualified and they're just more likely to say yes to you because they have this degree of trust with some, intermediary. They talk to a friend of theirs who is a client of yours, and they trust their friend, and vis-a-vis, they trust you. So the golden ratio here, when referrals come in more frequent than customers churn. As a fractional CMO, this isn't very hard to do. If you're serving 3, 4, 5, 6 different companies, and they're sticking around for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, even longer, you only need to get like one referral a quarter for you to be growing, right? For you to have a more swollen pipeline than you have capacity to serve. So keep this in mind. It's kind of like one of those first stages that you want to get to, the golden ratio, when referrals come in more frequent than customers churn. What's your plan to make that happen? How do you get referrals? How do you ask for them? How often is too often to ask for them? Right? These are important questions. Inside of the CMOX Accelerator, we talk about how do you generate word of mouth on top of how do you control your pipeline and keep it full. Gun to my head, if I had to get business, I'm not going to ask for referrals. If I need to make rent, let's say next month, or I want to do a big summer vacation, I need to bring in, some extra cash, I'm not going to lean on referrals. I need to have another kind of pragmatic way to drive business, drive new revenue, drive customers into my fractional CMO practice. That said, once you reach the point where referrals come in more frequent than customers churn, there's just like a sense of a couple things. One, that you're doing it right. Like you're not getting referrals if you're bad at your job, if you're doing a bad job, right? I guess you could get referrals, they'd be bad referrals, and that would be a bad thing, right? So you should probably clarify what you're up to. But just getting referrals mean that you're doing a good enough job for someone else to put their name on the line. And the second thing is it just puts you in a position of predictability. Again, like knowing where you're going to bring in business in the next week or the next month or in the next year, it just gives you a sense of confidence to have a wait list of people that want to work with you. All too often, we kind of, as marketing consultants or agency owners, you're kind of like begging, looking for work. You're like, oh, honey, I got a new lead, and if they convert, we're going to make a lot of money this month. You don't want to be in that place forever. As a fractional CMO, you should be able to fill your pipeline, convert and serve those clients, keep them for a long time, and then watch that pipeline get swollen to the point where you get to replace the clients that you don't like with new clients that you do like until you're really satisfied with the clients that you're working with. So keep that in mind, this golden ratio.
Thank you for joining us for today's show. For more information and episodes, visit our site at fractionalcmoshow.com. Go ahead and punch that like and subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. It means a lot, at least to my mom.